Hey guys, Delt here. Welcome back to our Journey of a Bard series, where we're slowly pushing through Voyager. I'm going to show my perks, songs, and gear, but I actually messed up in this first game. I haven't played on this character since I made my most recent Bard guide, and this is the character who I was showing Battle Bard on. So I went into this first game with a crossbow and arrows. Luckily, we were able to make it into the Inferno and get out with some decent loot, and then I got to fix the situation. The gear you'll be seeing here is after those games, and it's actually somewhat of a mix between Battle Bard and Buff Ranger. It's a little weird, but I kind of like it. I didn't really change anything throughout or get any upgrades, so everything but the crossbow survival bow swap is the same throughout. The second game was also in ruins, but we had some PvP and I decided to get out a little early. Hope y'all enjoy. Okay, so now we're getting into our first game, and this was my first game of the day, and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, so I was tired and honestly trying really hard to focus and not die, but I didn't have any other games recorded, so I needed to play some real quick to make a video for y'all. So I decided to just rat out this first one and get as much gear and loot as I could and try to get warmed up and a little bit awake. So there's a bit of ratting going on. I used Tranquility in the Storm, at least in Ruins. After that, I played fairly normally, but that's what you're going to see here. And based off of that idea, I start to run north here because I see that's where the edge of the zone is, and I just want to play around that. And of course, while doing so, I'm trying to clear as many mobs and open as many things as I can to try to get as much AP as possible in case I do need to leave early. But my main goal is just to get into Inferno and get warmed up off of mobs. As a really big side note, I really enjoy Rapier Mastery and Warsong together just to go around and clear mobs. The Rapier swings so fast and it's like 2 or 3 hits to kill everything. The Falchion's just as good, but sometimes I like to mix it up. At this point, I'm going to run this way and head toward the lion head that's actually in the swarm right now. We'll take some damage getting it, but we have Tranquility. We don't even need to waste meds to grab it, really. Since I picked up a few health pots, I'm just gonna drink 1 or 2 while I sit with tranquility as well. This will just help me heal up even that much quicker. I do have physical healing on my necklace, so while I'm healing, bandaging, or using a campfire, I'm just healing up that much quicker. And here I realized I still had my tranquility buff, so I'm just going to sit down for another quick second to finish up the healing. And I did notice that I had my drum throwing thing on, so every time I threw my drum, it was actually swapping to my surge kit, which is really annoying, so I went into my settings real quick and turned that off. Since I am pretty far into the swarm at this point, I'm just deciding to grab the health shrine. I'm not expecting anyone to be there since the circle is pretty much south side of the map. And then I'm just going to sit here and tranquility outside the gate until I get into Crypts. And now that we're in Crypts, I know that there is a lion's head directly to my south, so I'm just going to clear this room out in front of me because sometimes the zombies come and it gets really annoying. And then I'm going to run south and grab that lion's head. Typically when I play, I just use tranquility to get through ruins, and then after that I'll just use my health pots and bandages because I'm trying to get rid of the space to pick up more things. I didn't actually fully loot up this game, but that's typically the idea. I tried to do a fancy spin move and the wasp hit me. And it is right here, when I missed this crossbow shot, that I realize I only have that one shot and I never find it again, so I just don't have any ranged options. Looking back on this video, I never realized there was bolts there. I'm an idiot. I blame the fact it was my first game and it's 5 a.m. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. So again, I'm just clearing things, killing skeletons, opening everything I can. It's my whole plan. That hasn't changed. I could have kept that straw hat, but I was thinking I had a few other head options already in my inventory, so I decided to drop it because I was really just looking for blue, purple treasures that I could sell to the collector and get some good AP for. I thought I killed the mummy on my left. And at this point, I know there's a health shrine to my west, like literally the next room over. But I have too many meds for this stage in the game, and I'm just trying to waste some to clear space, so that way I can just continue to pick things up. So that's why I'm using my meds instead of the health shrine. I could have just used the health shrine and dropped meds later. That probably would have been faster and better, but that was the idea in my head at the time. Right here I was happy because I finally fixed my problem with not having a ranged option. I'm a little more upset about it now that there was bolts earlier, but honestly, survival was probably better for this build since I don't have jumps for follow-up damage. And here I just decided to go back to the crossbow because it would save space on arrows, at least for now. Next game I bring the survival bow again. For those that don't know, there's usually a lion's head or a gold chest in here, so that's why I'm opening this, just to grab that real quick. I also thought my third swing would come out before the fireball, but I was wrong, so now I also thought I heard someone above me right here. So I'm using the surge kit to hopefully be as topped off if I can, in case I need to get into a fight. And at this point, I'm just going to open the hell portal and an escape portal and then clear the rest of the little mobs around me. I think there's a mimic and a skeleton, so I just open all the chests and I kill the skeleton. I would have cleared the wraith and the skelly champ here if I had more time, but since I was in the zone, I didn't want to risk it. For those of you that don't know again, if you go into that center room where the lion's head or golden chest is, there's a pressure plate which drops down a wraith above you right there, along with some zombies, and there's a skelly champ that drops down on the staircase to our southwest here. Alright, so now we're in the Inferno, and we don't necessarily get a good circle. We have to move some, which is sad because I kind of want to grab this golden chest here, but I try to just stick to the circle when I play Inferno because I don't trust myself enough. Also, I almost never have problems with RB Alacrity, so I don't know what's going on in this game. I've messed it up so many times. So right there, I heard the block on the tomahawk swing, and since I'm using a buckler, I assumed it would have stopped his attack pattern, but it didn't, so that was truly terrifying. I almost died here because of that. Right here I was thinking about running this way toward the zone, but instead I just ran further north. As a side note, in most situations, it's definitely useful to use your buckler. For example, with that last Zweihander skeleton, it doesn't continue its attack pattern. I don't know why the axe skeleton didn't, but that's good to know in the future. However, with the Zweihander skeleton, it won't continue its attack pattern, so you don't have to duck twice and then jump. You could just block it once and then start swinging again. And I did mess up there and I hit the shield twice, which means I took damage. If you ever see anything with electricity around it, like the skeleton shields or the hellhounds that have the shot collars, if you hit either of those, even if you dodge every attack, you're gonna take some damage. And right here, as long as it's Ghost King or Lich, I can run across this room. So that's what I'm hoping for. Luckily, it's Ghosting. The only two things you really need to worry about as you're running across the room is if he jumps onto you, which as long as you're running, you should be fine. Or if he shoots his bolts at you. If he does that, you want to jump near the end of his animation. He has a sound cue that you can kind of hear. And then after you jump, you duck. So when you jump, it actually aims it a little higher because he's aiming towards your head. And then when you duck, you should be able to be underneath of it. So jump and then duck. If I had been playing this game for a little while and this wasn't my very first game, I would have maybe tried to solo Ghost King. It's one of the ones that you can solo on Bard. You just need to have a decent amount of heals for his screams, and then you need to dodge all the other mechanics. And here I'm noticing that things are aggroed, which means there's at least one other player in the Inferno with me. So I'm just trying to be a little cautious about that. I don't want to run into a rogue and die, and I don't want to run into like a fighter or a barbarian just sitting in a dark corner because they heard me playing songs. And there's a rogue right there. He seems like he's trying to be fairly friendly, so I let it be. If he wanted to fight, I would fight. If not, I'm totally fine with just chilling. I did at one point ask if he wanted the portal and he just ran away, so it's fine by me. And I'm actually deciding that I want more loot, so I start to go this way because I know that there's a decent amount in this direction, but I hear another player, so I just decide to leave. Remember to jump and duck. So the other person that was in this lobby was an ungeared rogue. I probably could have just ran over and killed him, but it's fine to just leave. I got 700 AP, that's good enough. The other rogue had actually left already, so he had another portal somewhere. And after we put all this gold away, I buy some arrows and fix my inventory situation a little bit. We run right back into ruins. So with this spawn here, I'm just wanting to kill the Wraith or Cockatrice or whatever's over here and grab the golden chest in the bottom of the other like tower thing, whatever you want to call it. Now that the rate's down, we're gonna run over to the golden head or lion chest or whatever it is, it changes. I realized it was unlocked this game after I messed up the first Unchained Harmony, so I'm just opening it this way. I've noticed that this one's locked pretty often though. It's not 100% chance, but it's definitely locked most games. And now I'm chasing another golden chest, so I'm gonna run to the north here and go underground, because after I kill all the mummies and the spiders and the giant spider, then we have another chest for us there. I always forget where this vase is, so I'm trying to look to see where the spiders spawn from so I know for sure. It's behind the vase right in front of me. And we do hear another bard above us playing Shriek of Weakness, so we just need to be a little careful about that. And then as I run up these stairs, the bar is walking towards me. I say hello, he keeps running at me, so instead I back up. I try to hit him with my survival bow, but I actually miss. Then I play Shriek of Weakness and just fight him in melee with my rapier. Shriek of Weakness definitely helped me in the fight, but since I played it late and got hit, I probably could have just won from swinging my rapier. Regardless, it did help. It lowered his fizz power, it lowered his armor, and more importantly, it procced Warsong, which actually gives my rapier +6 weapon damage since I'm running rapier mastery too. So at this point, I just decide, whatever, I'm going to take some of his gear, I'm going to take some of his collectibles, and I'm going to leave. If I lose AP, it doesn't matter, but I actually end up gaining some, so it worked out. And now I'm just gonna run to the north and take the static exit if it's open. If not, I'll just sit there with tranquility until it does. But it is open and we get out. I think I made 126 AP, which isn't the most, but it pushes us into Voyager 2. And with that, I'm gonna end this video. So as always, if you enjoyed the content, please consider liking this video or commenting on it, or subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out and it'll let you know when I post more videos. Spoiler alert, it's gonna be every single day from Monday through Friday, unless something happens. I appreciate all of y'all for watching so much. Hope you all have a great day and peace.